Hi everybody, this is Patty again, and today is day 16 out of 45, and I thought I would answer some of your questions that have been showing up on the Facebook feed. So one of the questions is about the actual treatment protocol, and the treatment is technically a 45-day treatment, but it goes like this. You take 5 days on, where you take 4 capsules a day, each 5 days, and then you take 10 days off. You don't take anything. You can take probiotics, you can take other detox support, but as far as the actual Candida Cleanser treatment, the chitin synthesis inhibitor, you're 10 days off. Then you take another 5 days on, 10 days off. 5 days on, and then 10 days off. So it's a 3-course treatment, and the reason why they do this is because it continues to be delivered into your system over those 10 days. You take the treatment with fats, like full-fat yogurt, or flax oil, or walnut oil, or any kind of fats, avocado. And by taking it with the fats, it is stored in your body and then it releases slowly over time. And then you do 3 courses of it because the yeast life cycle is 30 days, and so you're taking again capsules on day 30 through 35, so you're ensuring that a whole systemic candida infection can be addressed and removed. Now, the next question is about diet, and some of you are asking what kind of dietary changes are we making. So most of us who are doing this have already had some idea of Candida, and many of us have started making changes even well before this experience. But one of the changes that I made personally before this cleanse was I cut out grains, all grains. I had already cut out gluten a while ago, but this time around I cut out everything. I cut out rice, and I even am avoiding quinoa for the most part because it's still a starch and it can still kind of be hard to digest on the gut if your gut is having problems, and that's one of my issues, and so I decided to cut out grains completely. I already stopped doing processed sugars a long time ago, but I have found that on this diet I'm not craving sweets very much anymore. I'm actually craving salty foods more, and from checking in with some of the other people, I know Gabrielle has had very intense sugar cravings, and he says that he's been managing it a lot better. But some people aren't making huge changes in their diet, but most of us have already moved to a mostly organic, whole food type of lifestyle in general. Some of the foods that you really want to avoid is anything with hidden antibiotics in it, and that would be your meats and your dairy products that are not organic or grass-fed. As far as where I'm at on day 16, for me, like I said, my issues had a lot to do with my organs, my internal organs, my gut system, my small intestine, large intestine, and then also my uterus. And what was happening was my monthly cycle was triggering this pain. And it started about 6 months ago, and it kept getting progressively worse each month, to the point that for 3 or 4 months in a row, I was unable to walk standing upright, and I was in so much pain that I was breaking into cold sweat just to go to the bathroom, and then I ended up fainting 2 months ago. Actually, well, it was like a month and a half ago. I fainted in a parking lot, and luckily my boyfriend was there, but it was just, I was in so much pain that my body just stopped working, and it was scary. And I researched a lot. I looked at message boards to find other stories of women, and it sounds like there are a lot of women who have issues like this, and many of them are diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome or endometriosis. And I don't believe that's what I have. I believe that it's Candida related. So the good news is that I actually just started my cycle a few days ago, and the pain cycle, as I've been calling it, has reduced so much. It's so significantly reduced. I could function. I was able to do things. I didn't break into cold sweats because I was in so much pain, and it was much more normal. It was getting there. The best way that I can describe it is almost like I had barnacles, like barnacles in an ocean, growing on my small intestines and my large intestines and my uterus. And so when the cycle comes up, we produce this hormone called prostaglandin. And that hormone triggers the contractions of the uterine lining. It also triggers contractions during childbirth, and it's also a healing mechanism that creates inflammation to call in all of the support to heal an injured site. So it's produced at the site of injury, which is why during a woman's cycle, it can cause all of these things to flare up with even their digestion. So it's an indication of inflammation in your digestive tract. And so after taking one course of the treatment, basically, not even finishing the first course, I've already experienced a significant decrease in the pain and what I was experiencing before. I will have one more cycle towards the end of this cleanse that I will be very happy to report on after this is all said and done. But I'm already feeling how powerful of a treatment this is. And I just have to say, this is really going to shift the lives of many people who have not had clarity on their health, because I really believe that Candida is behind a lot of these conditions, these mysterious illnesses that have arisen in the last century, all these weird ailments that now exist. I really believe they're mostly Candida related. I know that mine is, and now I've had confirmation with just what I feel this time versus the last 6 months. The last 6 months, my pain was getting worse and worse and worse. It was kind of like the body was trying to scrape off the barnacles, but it couldn't. And so the lining was just getting more and more inflamed every month. Whereas this time, it was like I was experiencing some pain, and then it would release, and then I would feel good, and then I would have a wave, and then it would release. And it felt like it was releasing. It didn't get worse and worse and worse and worse to a point where it's just so bad that I could even possibly faint. But this time it was just some waves and release, and then much less intense than before. So I'm very happy. I feel like it's working. It's doing something profound in my body. I can feel it doing things inside me. I can feel it on my skin working. And I can feel the rest of my skin soothing down. It's almost like any layer of roughness that I used to feel on my skin is starting to go away. It's like smoother and everything. So I'm very, very pleased, and I'm very grateful for this experience. So thank you so much for listening and tuning in. Please feel free to comment on the page. We're reading everything, and we're all so excited to be able to share this with you. Thank you all so much.